The Legend of Zelda Deku Tree Lego set released a few months ago, and I'm happy to report that it's even more magical than I could possibly imagine. This old chap doesn't come cheap. It retails for $300 US, but that's a measly 12 cents per piece when you consider that there are 2,500 of them. And if you are a Zelda fan, you can't put a price on just how ingenious this thing really is, letting you choose between the Deku Tree from either Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. My daughter and I chose to build the former because Ocarina of Time is, in my opinion, still the greatest video game of all time. There are so many thoughtful and nerdy details and Easter eggs to admire, like these hidden compartments on the sides of the tree, with one side containing a bow with the 3 elemental arrows of fire, ice, and light, and the other side containing the notes to the Song of Saria, the sage of the forest. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg. I was genuinely blown away by how much they gave us, and I'm so incredibly happy with the final product. An interesting thing I noticed is that, as part of the promotional campaign for this Deku Tree set, LEGO posted some videos to Instagram showing computer animated versions of it in a style that mimics stop-motion film. These videos beautifully highlight just how well the LEGO medium blends with the aesthetic of Nintendo's Zelda franchise. From the bright colors to the campy character design, this is a match made in heaven. And for me, they drove home a belief that many have held for years. There should be a LEGO Legend of Zelda game. But then I got to thinking, if LEGO went through the effort of creating computer models and animations of these assets for these promo videos, does that hint at a larger effort by them to build a full-fledged video game? I mean, it seems like a huge chunk of the work is already done, so why not see it to the end? And I'm pretty sure these videos are indeed computer animations versus stop motion because of a few details, like this lighting effect emanating from the Master Sword. But maybe someone who is an expert in this stuff can chime in the comments to let us know? Anyway, so I started digging around online to pressure test this idea, and I was pleasantly surprised at what I found. The first thing I discovered is that the LEGO video games are largely created by the British companies TT Games and Studio Gobo. They have made everything from LEGO Star Wars, LEGO Batman, LEGO Harry Potter, and the new LEGO Horizon Adventures. I learned from other Zelda sleuths in the past, during Tears of the Kingdom's development, that one way to glean information on upcoming video games is to search the job openings from the companies that make them. Oftentimes, the desired skills or qualifications in the posting will be a big indicator as to what sort of game is being developed. So I checked the TT Games and Studio Gobo careers pages, and lo and behold, there are plenty of job postings that could easily be for a brand new Zelda game. Of the couple of dozen or so of those job postings that I've reviewed over the past few months that do not mention an existing LEGO game franchise, there are some intriguing possibilities, even if they are a little broad. Many of them reference upcoming and unannounced games currently under development, like this senior producer posting from Studio Gobo for an unannounced AAA game by an unnamed external publisher, or this post from TT Games for a senior game programmer, which not only mentions a new LEGO game based on a major IP, but it also indicates that it will be an open world game. Admittedly, given how diverse the growing LEGO game catalog is, these unannounced games could materialize into anything. But what really caught my eye specifically are 3 recently archived job postings, one for a technical designer, one for a combat designer, and one for a senior level designer. Each posting states that the role will play a key role on an exciting new LEGO game based on a major IP, and each one also lists a criteria under the desired qualifications and experience section, which specifies a preference for applicants with, quote, experience working on open-world action-adventure games. The preference for experience with open-world action-adventure games is fascinating because both of those scream of Zelda. Starting with Breath of the Wild, the last 3 Zelda games released have been open-world adventures. Breath of the Wild was groundbreaking because it shifted the open world genre from checklist-driven gameplay to exploration, creativity, and player freedom. Its impact can be seen in nearly every major open world game released since, making it a benchmark for the genre's evolution. And not only is the Legend of Zelda series considered the quintessential action-adventure gaming franchise, but it actually shaped what the genre is today. Before Zelda, games were either about fast action or solving puzzles. Zelda was the first to mix fighting enemies, exploring a big world, and solving puzzles all in one game. It let players roam freely instead of following a set path, which was a huge deal at the time. You could find and keep tools like bombs or a boomerang, which helped you grow stronger and open up new areas. Zelda also made puzzles a key part of the experience, with dungeons that required you to think, fight, and explore all at once. Even saving progress, a common feature now, was new when Zelda introduced it. This made bigger and longer adventures possible. All these ideas didn't just make Zelda great, they created the foundation for modern action-adventure games like Metroid and Dark Souls. Without Zelda, the genre wouldn't be what it is today. My channel usually skews pretty speculative, and this video is obviously no exception. As a Zelda-focused channel, there is obviously a healthy dose of wishful thinking at play. Leave a comment on this video if you have your finger on the pulse of the gaming industry, because I'd love to hear your take. Would Nintendo ever go for something like this? Would the economics even make sense, given that such a game would almost certainly be a Switch 2 exclusive? I am encouraged by the fact that Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a PlayStation exclusive prior to being released for the PC, got its own Lego game that was also released for the Nintendo Switch. Seeing the words Sony Interactive Entertainment on the cover of a Nintendo Switch game certainly is a head-turner, and hopefully it's a sign that anything is possible. I hope you enjoyed exploring this topic as much as I did. If you can, please subscribe to my channel because it really makes a world of difference to a smaller creator like me. Thank you!